unsubscribed from your junk mail long ago. It's time, I'm sorry, I only trust about 3 people. Anyway, one of them. My apologies if I managed to hurt your fragile ego. Like I said, I'm the worst. I'm sorry, but you know what I'm not. I almost forgot. Oh, don't, oh, no, don't tell me what to do. Yeah, you don't tell me how to think and live in peace. No, I'm not you. Thank God, back off and don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me what to do. Feels like you wanna control me, but you don't own me. So here's an idea. If you are gonna be salty, could you at least bring tequila? Don't, oh, no, don't tell me what to do. Yeah, you don't tell me how to think and live in peace. No, I'm not you. Thank God, back off and don't tell me what to do. Oh, no, don't tell me what to do. Yeah, you don't tell me how to think and live in peace. No, I'm not you. Thank God, back off and don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me what to do. Yeah.
Don't need no jacket, shelter from the storm. Don't want an extra layer, 'cause loving keeps me warm. And when she's with me, lifts me off the ground. She keeps me next to her like I'm the only one around. Oh, how she loves me, picks me up and takes me high. Oh, how she loves me, lifts me right into the sky. A chain reaction grabs me from within. She sweeps me off my feet and then puts me down again. I don't need no silver, I don't need no gold. I got my baby's touch and I can feel it in my soul. Oh, how she loves me, picks me up and takes me high. Oh, how she loves me, lifts me right into the sky. When you're running out of luck, need to get unstuck, so go off. When you're up against the wall and you cannot fall, so go off, go off, go off. Go off, so go off, go off, go off. Go off. When you're running out of luck, need to get unstuck, so go off. When you're up against the wall and you cannot fall, so go off, go off, go off. Go off, so go off, go off, go off.
every single decision. I'm the worst. I'm sorry, wait, you know what I'm not. I almost forgot. Don't, oh, no, don't tell me what to do. Yeah, you don't tell me how to think and live in peace. No, I'm not you. Thank God, back up and don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me what to do. I'm sorry, I thought I unsubscribed from your junk mail long ago. It's time. I'm sorry, I only trust about 3 people, and you ain't one of them. My apologies if I managed to hurt your fragile ego. Like I said, I'm the worst. I'm sorry, wait, you know what I'm not. I almost forgot. Oh, don't, oh, no, don't tell me what to do. Yeah, you don't tell me how to think and live in peace. No, I'm not you. Thank God, back up and don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me what to do. Feels like you wanna control me, but you don't own me. So here's an idea. If you are gonna be salty, could you at least paint a candle? Don't, oh, no, don't tell me what to do. Yeah, you don't tell me how to think and live in peace. No, I'm not you. Thank God, back up and don't tell me what to do. Oh, no, don't tell me what to do. Yeah, you don't tell me how to think and live in peace. No, I'm not you. Thank God, back up and don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me what to do. Yeah.
Don't need no jacket, shelter from the storm. Don't want an extra layer 'cause loving keeps me warm. And when she's with me, lifts me off the ground. She keeps me next to her like I'm the only one around. Oh, how she loves me, picks me up and takes me high. Oh, how she loves me, lifts me right into the sky.
Well, Google lied to me, okay? Good afternoon. I'll show you, it's right there, right? I Googled the time. 16:15 CEST, which is what they posted. And Google came back to me with 2:15 Monday in Saltney, that's where I live. And I was like, okay, well, let's stream it at that time. But I've just noticed now that's summertime. We're not in summertime yet. So I'm guessing that's what it is. So we've got an hour to kill, chat. An hour to kill. We are going to stream it still. But I'm a little bit earlier than I should have been. Sorry. Well, good to see so many of you in chat. What's up, Tierfield, Pony, Cross, Gunslinger, Paul, Mike, Cypher, Martins, Queenie, Robbo. Afternoon. Hey, Recon. Hey, Caitlin. What's up, Milk? It starts in 1 hour. What's up, Sifter? We're all ready to go as well. But yeah, we got an hour to kill now, guys. So let me turn on sub chat so everybody can talk. I've actually got, like, you'll probably see in the background that Demi's here and everything because it's the school run time. So we've kind of arranged it. So Stacey can go and do the school run. I can stream this. It's kind of like messed it all about now. Messed it all about. I've got nothing else planned. I've literally got nothing else. I had this planned to go through the PTS notes. Thank you for the subs. We're going to go through the PTS notes. That's literally all I had planned. That ain't going to take an hour, though. So I was thinking maybe... We did a member spotlight yesterday. Highlander and Jabs, who are Destiny 2 admins. We haven't got time to watch it all, but we could play a little bit of that. So you can have a look at that. And then we can come back in about 3 o'clock, go over the patch notes, and then watch the special report live. And that's what we might do. Quick Q&A now if you want it. Recon is ready to raid. He's always ready to raid. What's up, Solution? Hello, Tasco. This is how you get G to show up early. I know, right? This is a rarity. First time he's ever been early, and it's by mistake. Okay, here comes all the jokes. What's up, Leonardo Shorty? Just wing it. So we're doing, Phil. I can't even... When I stream from a PC now, my capture card's dodgy, so I've got to stream through my console capture card. It's not even like I can turn on the game to do anything right now. Early morning in Seattle. What time's it there? What are we all hoping from the live report? Do you think we're just going to find out a lot of information we already know? We can go through the PTS patch notes. I'm not sure if these changed or what changes they made. I've not been following. We've got the new gear set coming in Season 11. Habsburg Guard. Where you get 15% headshot damage for 1 piece. 15% marksman rifle damage for 2 piece. 3 pieces, 10% status effect. Comes with a perfect trauma chest piece. Perfect creeping death backpack. Got the hotshot gear set that's coming in Season 11. 2 pieces gives you 30% marksman rifle damage, 30% stability. 3 pieces gives you 30% headshot damage. I like this talent. Headache. First headshot with a marksman rifle damage. Sorry, marksman rifle will increase headshot damage by 20%. Well, your next headshot. Second consecutive headshot with a marksman rifle will give 10% armor. If you have full armor, that goes to bonus armor. Third consecutive headshot will refill your magazine. And then from the 4th headshot forward, agents will get 3 bonuses for each consecutive headshot kill. And then missing a headshot will reset the cycle unless you wear the backpack, which has got the blessed talent where agents can miss a headshot before resetting the cycle. I'll give you 1 mistake. You've then got the chest talent Daring, which increases the bonus armor from 50 to 100%. Not on the PTS was the Ninja Bike Messenger Bag. I think I'm most excited about that. Slots in with any equipped gear set or brand set item to fulfill a requirement towards unlocking a gear or brand set bonus. Allows to unlock bonuses from multiple sets. Got new weapons. Got new named weapons. All the normal stuff. Talent perfectly focused. Killing an enemy with a headshot guarantees that the next shot will be critical headshot. Explosive for pistols, rifles, and marksman rifles. The exotic variation of G28 marksman rifle. I hate the G28 marksman rifle. But you get the Sacrum Imperium with the talent the Trap. Tags enemies when in scope, maximum 10. Killing a marked target with a headshot applies 10-second burn status effect and gives 50%, 20% in PvP speed movement. Decrease on all other targets. Hold down 30 seconds. PvP changes. We're getting the Ravenous, Bighorn, and Eagle Bearer in the Dark Zones. That's basically it. So I wonder what else we're going to get from that. Oh, we've got some memberships. Thank you. Zach, thank you for rejoining. Greetings from Kansas City. My favourite place in America. I've never been, I know, but we're going. CK. Queenie with 10 gifts. Thank you. Hang on, I didn't even get my notepad ready for today. Thank you. Really haven't had a sniper build backpack talent, so that's good. The brand set sucks. I consider myself a pretty good shot when it comes to marksman rifles. I have no interest in that set. Yeah, brand set, I'm not so sure. Gear set looks really good. So we've got incoming Phil Arnold, Misha, Mark, Lady Rock, Daywalker, Max, Big, Rooney. All with those memberships. Soak Disco, welcome. Yeah, Queenie's gifted you a membership. You're a member again. Stacey's in the background. They're both sitting over there. Let's just hope nothing mysteriously happens to the servers before launch. I'm not going to lie, if they delayed it by a week, I'd be happy. And I know that not everybody will think that, but Destiny's coming out the same day. It'd be good to get a week on Destiny before the Division 2. This new update probably just bollocks. Sniper status build. Potentially. I'm thinking it's going to go with the trauma. They've done it to match kind of like the trauma talent, haven't they? It's not started yet. It's starting in... We got like 45, 50 minutes. Love this community. Thank you, Timber Woofy. Good morning, Captain Spaulding. Hey, Dragonov. She's just been fed, so she should be quiet. Should. She's kept me up all night. All night. Again. But then Stacey did everything this morning so I could sleep. Should be called Delayed Division 2. I said hi, CK. Yeah, thank you for all the memberships. 272 watching and waiting for this. We've got 45 minutes. What I'm going to do is we're going to show you some of our member spotlight. We will be back. It goes live in 45 minutes. I got the Twitch ready. I'm going to keep on hitting refresh. But it's going to be 3:15 UK, just 45 minutes. As soon as it goes live, how it's going to work is we're going to watch it, but the baby's going to be here. So I like turn my mic off and we'll just watch it. And then afterwards, we'll speak about it. I'll have a video later for anybody that misses the streams or whatnot. And that's the plan for today. I don't think we're going to hear anything more than what we know. I'm really hoping we got this new Descent game mode, which got delayed. I think they've said it's coming in year 5 though now. But I would love if that, I don't know, if they announced Descent and Descent was going to be coming tomorrow as well. That'd be really cool. I think I'm hoping too much though. But I am looking forward to that new game mode. Hopefully something extra that we don't know about, you know? She's just letting me know she wants to speedrun Rivers. She needs to learn to sleep. There's already one guy raging in the stream chat. Oh, Dragonov's cat is going for the snip tomorrow. They'll be fine. You never heard her, but Stacey said someone else needs to go for that as well. I know. I know. They'll push new game mode back till Div 3. no plans for Div 3 apparently. Is at the fill-in time, I feel, is what they're doing right now. They're filling some time. I think Div 3 was probably meant to be sooner, but Avatar got delayed and they got the Star Wars contract, and it's just kind of like changed all their plans, hasn't it? So what they've decided to do is push Div 3 well back and give us extra content for Div 2. But I can't wait for Div 3. I wasn't like, I always rather they do like a Destiny and turn this into a 10-year game and give us real good content every single year. But if it's just going to be drips and drabs like it is, and the game's not built for this sort of structure, obviously, it keeps breaking on them and whatnot. I want Division 3 now. I'd rather just have Division 3 at this point. I am looking forward to what's to come, but I want some real big substantial content, you know? And that new game mode could fill that void. Ninja Bike Backpack equals lots of bugs, so that's the thing, isn't it? What's up, Dawid? So we got time. We've got 45 minutes. I'm going to show you half an hour of our spotlight. That's what I was getting at. So I'll keep on refreshing this. We won't miss it. So stick around. Go and grab a drink. In our community, we do a monthly member spotlight, and it went live yesterday for our Destiny admins. We had a chat with Highlander Chief and Jabs, and it went live over on our community channel. On member spotlight, I'm just going to play a little bit of this. We'll watch this for 30 minutes, and then we'll come back in and we'll watch the special report. I'm sorry I'm early. I thought it was 2:15 it was going live, so an hour early. The mobile game's still happening. I believe there's going to be another playtest at some point. Would love to see a tie into Heartland. Yep, Heartland's the next big game, isn't it, really? Stacy, just do it while I'm asleep, Dragonov said. It's starting soon, Black Razor. I'm early. I got my time wrong. We've got 45 minutes until their stream starts. So we're going to just show you a bit of our member spotlight for this month. And then I'm going to have a brew and chill. And we'll watch it in 40 minutes time. Oh, glad they helped you with the beginner guides. Glad they helped you. What's up, Thunderball? And welcome to the Division. There you go. Milkman's plugging the Destiny server. But yeah, we'll be back. I'm going to turn my camera off. We'll watch a little bit of this. And then we'll watch a special report as soon as it goes live. It's going live in 45 minutes. Sorry for being early. Don't get used to it. This was good. This was a good spotlight. We'll start it from the start and enjoy.
Art list. Let's take a look around. Here you'll find royalty-free.
Welcome to February 2023 member spotlight. Thank you both for joining us. We've got Jabs the Goat and we've got Highlander Chief, both admins on our Destiny server. Been with us for quite a while, and we're just going to take you through a few questions and get to know you a little bit more. So we're going to start with first question is, when did you join the community and what made you join? So we're going to start with you, Highlander, because I know it's been a long time.
Okay, yeah, it has been a very long time. I wish I could tell you the date. I'm sure I could Google it, and get a rough idea.
Do you want me to try and find it?
If you can, but I'm just going to Google this now, because it was the first sort of COVID lockdown, and I had all this time on my hands. I just sort of abruptly finished university. I had all this time on my hands. My next year was sorted, so it was, stay at home and go for your hour a day walk. And I've been a big fan of Division 1. Didn't quite get into Division 2 as much as I'd liked. And then I had all this time on my hands. Warlords had just come out, or was just coming out, and then I'm on YouTube looking for all these guides and things like that, and I'm looking for, oh, what's this raid thing and all this sort of stuff, and then every video is telling me I need this gun called the Eagle Bearer. So I'm like, okay, where am I getting myself an Eagle Bearer from? And then I see this guy. This guy looks cool. Loads of viewers. GCROCK, come get your Eagle Bearer. That was it. I was hooked. So I joined to get my Eagle Bearer, and it was J-Dub and his sort of team got me through that. But I didn't get my Eagle Bearer for like 40 clears. But at that point, I was hooked.
40.
So sort of first, I think it was about 40, 35, 40s, ringing a bell. But yeah, it was long. It seemed like a long time. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe that is, I don't know. That seems right for Destiny. Maybe 40 is too many for the Eagle Bearer. I don't quite know. But
Some people took 100 plus.
It seemed, I don't know. But yeah, around sort of first lockdown.
I've
and then
got I did a quick search on the Discord. This doesn't always work. But it come back saying 4th of September 2020.
Yeah, so I think I joined, and then when I didn't get into Division, I kind of just stopped, and then I came back because I remember getting one of those, "Hey, you've not been around in a long time," and I said, "Oh yeah, that's fine. I'll be back after Christmas with Warlords," and then I sort of came back then properly. But yeah, I think that's right. I joined, kind of didn't really get into Division as much as I hoped I did, and then sort of joined or like properly got into the community in sort of first lockdown. But yeah, it has been a surprisingly long time.
Feels like it. It feels like I remember you invited me into speedruns and that, which felt like years ago.
Yeah, well, it was. Yeah, that was good times. That was good fun.
And you're a big part of our shade team and everything like that. We'll get more into that though. So you, like with many, you joined a community looking for Eagle Bearer, Raid Exotics.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people join. What about you, Jabs? We've got 2 people on this member spotlight, which is different. So we're going to be asking you both these questions one after another. So Jabs is also our Destiny admin right now. How did you find the community? When did you join us?
Mine was a similar one to Highlanders, was like the COVID lockdown, because like I got a PlayStation in like 2018, and I got Division 2, and I started playing it. Kind of didn't understand the whole world tiers and like the year 1 stuff, and went and played like, what was that game called? Ghost Recon. And then I came back in like 2020 when COVID happened, and I was like, oh, there's raids. I now have time to try these things. And I was Googling, trying to find places to do the raids, and then I ended up in this server. I ended up in like a bunch of them because I was just like lost and confused and like watching build videos and on the note of how long it took to get an Eagle Bearer, I put mine on my 78th clear. So
Wow.
Right, okay.
Wow.
Okay.
yeah, mine was so much worse.
I'm feeling good.
And then I ended up in another clan, and I ended up playing with Ernie and Spanner Dave, and we used to come into the server, into the GCROCK Division server, and do like, who wants to do Iron Horse, or who wants to do Dark Hours, and take people through, and like it was a good time. It was really good fun to give back, because obviously it takes a lot of times of running and suffering to get 78 runs for an Eagle Bears. It's not great, but I got it in the end.
That's insane.
It's sat in my stash ever since.
That's what a lot of people say, isn't it? I
Well,
love
it used
the
to be
Eagle
good in
Bearer.
year 1.
Yeah.
It was good in like year 1 apparently, but obviously year 2 it got nerfed into the floor, and there's just better options.
It had the extra damage, didn't it? With tenacity, you had 10% increased damage, and then they took that off.
Yeah, now it's like, have fun having tenacity kill you.
Yeah, with no reward. Makes sense. Well, kind of reward. You're invincible, aren't you? If you get, so many kills. I don't even know how that works, but it's good for PvP apparently.
I think it's still good for PvP, but obviously PvE wise, it's just there's better options.
Yeah, definitely. Even I've come around to that. So both for the same reason, really. Raid Exotics. So what about your journey with us? So you're both admins now. We'll start with you again, Highlander. So tell us about your journey with us from the day that you joined up to today. Obviously, as I've just said, you're valuable members. You hold admin positions. So how did that come about as well?
Yeah, so I mean, being here for such a long time, I've kind of done it all and seen it all. in many ways, it's probably just the typical story for so many of the community members, where people just want to give back, so they do things like become LTs. But for me, becoming an admin was kind of a really unique position, really, because I can't quite. I'm 99.9% certain that the timeline in my head is that it was still called Raid Team and Legendary Team.
Yeah, yeah.
And Penny put an announcement out saying, so we want to make some changes to the Raid Team and the Legendary Team. We really want somebody to spearhead this.
We power your freedom to create breakthrough digital experiences. Go big with WP Engine.
You must forge your path. Upon the
Let me know if you're interested. And that was to what was like the raid teams then. And I just said I was interested and sent Penny a little message. And then I don't know, I think it was like a week later or so, it was, wow, okay, this is real. I'm an admin. But yeah, I think it was really just the same kind of story that so many of our community members have. They just want to give back, so they become things like lieutenants and clan commanders, things like that, really just supporting the community that we all enjoy. And then I kind of fell into being what was then the TCT admin, which then changed into Shade admin. And then when we created the sort of the, as I call it, the second server, when we created the Destiny server, by that point I was playing Destiny, so it made sense that I would pick up Sherpa admin, and then eventually I handed off Shade admin because Destiny was picking up, and with the Sherpa, with the Shade team being so big, I felt it was only really fair there was somebody that could manage that and give it its undivided attention. So I kind of went full-time Sherpa admin on the Destiny side of things. So there'll be a load of people watching this thinking, who's this Highlander chief fella? But some of our older members will know exactly who I am. I certainly hope. But yeah, it's been a good journey, and I'm just really enjoying it. It's so good to give back to the place that's given me so many friends and so many great gaming moments.
That's good to hear. One thing I'm hearing a lot there is that you've adapted well with change as well. Because there's been a lot of change. Yeah. There's going to be a lot of change, and you've always adapted. You've always stepped up, and you've always been there. So thank you. But yeah, you've been through some roles.
Yeah, I certainly have. Yeah, but yeah, change comes with it. I think there's always going to be somebody with a great new idea and ways we can do things, and sort of even just like when Discord pushes an update and they change how things work. Discord end of things, you can do so many new and great things. So it's kind of keeping up with the times, and it's for me, it's always been about giving back. And if things are changing, I still want to give back. So let's adapt. Let's see what good we can do with this sort of thing. So yeah, it's just good to be here, I guess.
Well, thank you. And the same for you, Jabs. Your story, your journey through our community from when you joined as same with Highlander. You're an admin now on the Destiny side. You're doing great things for us. What's your journey?
So obviously I joined the Division community like years ago now. I took part in like all of the beat my speedrun times. Like Spanner drags me back to do all those every single 3 weeks or whenever
difficult for
Division
you
does
though,
them.
right?
No, so, you know what? There's some of them that have caught us out. With anything with True Sons, we're pretty good with, like pretty on top of. And some of them we've gone like, this one's so difficult. So that's kind of been a fun thing. And then obviously you open up the Destiny side in the Division server, so everything was together. And so I'd kind of stopped. It was kind of like the death of me playing Division. I still play Division, not as much. It was kind of like the end of me just hardcore playing Division. So I started partaking in the Destiny side of things, helping out with raids. Like me and Dr. Bread did a 4-person FTC Deepstone Crypt.
Wow.
All 4 of them got the raid exotic, and me and Brett are there like 20 clears, like, nope, still no exotic for us. So that was kind of one of those great community moments of giving back and stuff. So it was always entertaining having both games in the same server, because you'd get people be like, hey, I want the Eagle Bear, and we're like, hey, this is the Destiny side, trying this channel. So when the servers did the split and we made the Destiny server, I came over. I think in Season of the Haunted, maybe the end of Season of the Risen, I then joined a TSW clan. I was in some random Destiny clan from before the TSW ones were made. Like, I was just chilling in there, so I was like, I play over here, I'll come and join a clan. And then I think during Season of the Risen, I think I got Sherpa. I was doing lots of helps, doing loads of community service, this kind of stuff, just having a good time. And then when changes were wanting to be pushed with the Destiny server, I got a, hey, do you want to be admin and help me push it? Thanks, Highlander, saying, this is more than one person's worth of effort that needs putting in. So that's how I became admin, because Penny came in and was like, hey, I want to make big changes. What do you guys need? Because obviously there's Destiny and Division, 2 kind of very different games.
Very.
So you guys have 2 raids in Division, which is like, great, we can do this 100 times and whatever, whereas Destiny, we've got 6 raids, we have at least 2 more coming in Lightfall, we've got 6 dungeons, which are basically 3-man raids, with 2 more coming in Lightfall. Like, it's 2 very different needs of 2 different communities.
Mm-hmm.
So from like the Division side, you can do the shade teams, you can say, hey, let's do teaching ones, let's do all this stuff, whereas the Destiny side, there's more to cover, so it's kind of less detailed. So it was just like, I think I typed up this absolute essay of like, here's all the things I think would help for Destiny, because they're just such different games and such different community needs. And so I got admin over to make sure these things were put into place, basically.
It's probably why you're recommended, and that's brilliant, because they are, like you said, 2 completely different games. You can't, like, when we started the Destiny server, it's like, let's have the Sherpa team or Shade team and let's just do a carbon copy of it. But you can't. Destiny's different. It has different. There's just so much more to it as well. It's not just about, like you said, 2 raids. There's dungeons, there's raids, there's all sorts going on. Then there's triumphs as well. There's titles. There's so much going on Destiny, whereas the Division, it literally is just those 2 raids, really, or maybe a couple of legendaries as well. And I think we learned very, very quickly things needs to be different. And I imagine there was a whole huge list of things that you recommended that we needed to do.
If you scroll, you can still see it. It was. I remember I was typing it and people were like, essay incoming, because it was like, I just went nuts. So I was like, you know what? Have everything.
What it needs, though. Would you both agree, just going a bit off script here, would you both agree that having the server separate was the right thing?
100%. I think, do you know what? I think just from like your side of things and like looking after the Division makes it easier. You're not getting that wrong. But then it also let us really push what Destiny needs in its own way, and that's everything from our own set of moderators to things just like, well, actually, if we need 4 or 5 different clan channels, we can have that, and it's not going to, it's just made everything easier for, I think, everyone. And actually, it's really nice when I pop my head back into the Division community. These are the Division people. When I'm over in the Destiny side, these are my fellow Guardians. So it's absolutely the right move, and I think it's been good for both sides of the community, really.
So we should never merge them back together, no?
When I came across the Monzo business account, that was game changing. The thing that was appealing to me was everything is a super clear.
Please.
Can you imagine? Just from a Charlemagne perspective, can you imagine the mess we would have with Charlemagne?
Oh, no joke. It's funny you say that. I'm thinking about a lot in a minute with the state of the Division. Because the Division's not in its best state. It's like, how do we move forward if the Division was to die, say? It's not going to. Not yet, anyway. And it's like, well, what do we do? Do we merge the communities back together? Oh, there's been loads of conversation. The first thing I looked at when I looked at the Destiny server was that bot. It's like, how is that working? Like, it wouldn't work. You can't merge it back. That's its own thing, isn't it? It's like just Destiny. And yeah, I think it's right that they definitely stay separated. It's good to hear that you two agree. Okay.
Yeah, that was like the best change like a year ago. It was we get no more, hey, I want an Eagle Bearer, and you guys get no more, hey, I want Eyes of Tomorrow. Like, yeah, so much better.
Definitely. We're going to move on to the next question. I'm going to start with you, Jabs, this time. So we know when you've joined us and your journey so far, but what is your favourite part of being part of this community? And what advice would you give to any new members to join?
Ooh. So my favorite thing is everyone helps each other. Like, people come into the Destiny side of things all the time and are like, arbitrarily, hey, how do I do this? Or what weapon should I use for this? And there's always someone that's going to come forward and say, hey, why don't you try this? Why don't you use this gun? Hey, this is how you farm this. Or even just things like, hey, how do these mods work? So, like, there's a whole mod system, and people will explain, oh, elemental time dilation does this, and you stack it with Font of Mine, it does this, and you get a nice damage boost. And just everyone's always so willing to help each other and give advice. So that's like a huge thing that I enjoy of that, is there's always, if I don't know something, I can ask, and you'll get someone like J3S, or you'll get Dragonfire, or you'll get English, or you get someone who'll come forward and say, hey, this is, or give you advice. So don't be afraid to ask questions, because Destiny's there's so much to Destiny. Like, I was one of the biggest noobs when I came and started playing that game, because I was like, I don't have a clue what I'm doing. I was the biggest blueberry on the planet. So it's kind of nice from that perspective of just don't be afraid to ask questions. We have new player guides. Just assign yourself the new player role. You can see all the guides we've written out, all the things you could possibly want to know as a new player, and then just ask questions. There's no silly question. So just ask. Someone will always be willing to answer your questions. People are always willing to help. Like, all the time, it's great.
I like that. What about you, Highlander? What's your favourite part of being a member of this community, and what advice would you give?
Favourite parts of... It's a tricky question. I think, honestly, my favourite parts of the community in general are just, without sounding like a parrot, just the fact that people do just help each other, and just everyone is always ready to sort of, yeah, I'll help you with that, I'll help you learn this. And I think that's not a Destiny thing, that's not just a Division thing. I think that's like the wider community as a whole has been founded in mind with, hey, let's help each other, let's support each other, let's make this,
how it all started, wasn't it?
Well, exactly, yeah. And that I think that was, primarily the reason I got involved in the first place. And just the fact that that's still going so strong, the fact that people are just so willing to sort of help each other, support each other, is definitely my favorite part. And then advice for somebody new, I think, like, whether you're listening to this as a Division player or a Destiny player, like Jab said, there's no silly question, because the majority of people playing any game, really, but any of these sort of multiplayer games, everyone's always been new once. And even if somebody, even if you've been playing this game for a while, either of them, there's no such thing as a silly question. Just ask. Everyone's here to help. That's what we're all about. So don't be afraid to ask a question. Don't be afraid to get involved.
You both say there's no silly questions, but I'm coming back to Destiny in 9 days. I'll post some silly questions. I'll be a noob again. Honestly.
To be fair, in 9 days' time, there's so many changes coming with Lightfall that we're all going to be asking silly questions, because we've all got... True. Everything's changing. We're like, all the mods are changing. Like, in-game mods, not the moderators. We like you, mod team. You're all fired. No, kidding. But like, everything's changing, so there's going to be lots of silly questions. I'm going to be asking silly questions. I'm going to be sat there reading, and I'm going to misread something. So in 9 days' time, everything's changing with the Destiny anyway. So just come in, give it a go. The game's free. Give it a try. Ask silly questions.
Well, that's it. Yeah, that's a good cheeky push. The game is free, so at least the base game.
Lightfall's not free though, right?
Unfortunately not.
Is that the same as Witch Queen, where you're going to be, what was it, like 70 quid for all of the seasons or something?
Yeah, so that's kind of how the game works. Yeah. You kind of...
Whenever I get an idea, I'm so eager to just get it out there. And I think that being consistent with the creation process is something...
I mean, I would argue that you get like a full game's worth of content for that amount. So I
think it's well worth it. Like, I bought Witch Queen and I didn't carry... I did the first season. I forgot what it was, but when Witch Queen
Risen.
first came out. Risen was it? So I did that, and I just went off it. And I never went off the game. It was more about how I was doing my content, why I went off it. And I just went away. It did really well. One of the Destiny videos I did is my second most watched video on my channel. Nearly at 300,000 hits. It was insane. And I know the potential there and the potential to help grow that community is huge if I get it right my end. And that's what I'm going to try and do this time and hopefully last more than one season. So I'll probably be asking for some help and ideas around what we could do video-wise from that date, because we want to hopefully push some growth into the community. Because I think with all the great work you do, it's just getting that growth as well, isn't it? Getting that intake of new members, and that's where I've got to kind of up my game, I think. But yeah, some great advice. Look forward to that in 9 days' time, and we'll see lots of silly questions. But we're going to move on away from the community for a minute. Okay, we got some questions. Okay, Pen. Okay. We got like 20 minutes before it starts. We'll cut that off. We'll get the webcam back on. You want some live Penelope Jr.? Have you got it? This is for Penny. Yeah? She's awake. She's well awake. We got the full cam. Still got the... There we go. I don't think you can hear her because the mic's got that many settings to take out noise, but she is making noises. Yeah, there you go. Baby time. The baby. There she is. What is a character name? We haven't discussed this, have we? Carlos GC Pebble or Pebbles. George is Bam Bam. She was just Baby Rock. Yeah, Baby Rock. Nah, Liam, we're just playing it to kill time because I was an hour early. Right, we put you back in the chair. I'm gonna call you your godmother. I wanted to see you. There you go. So, well, might as well wait until I go live now. We've only got 20 minutes, so we'll just keep it on this and wait and chat. I got a cup of tea. And thank you, Pony, for the gift. There's 11 gifts this stream and one other new member. Appreciate it. I owe you so many spins. It's one more stream. We got today and we got tomorrow's stream. Where did I put my pen? Cheers, thank you. And then it's the end of the month then. And at the minute, Pony, you're leading by 1. Queenie and Deuces are second for the month. Right. You going now, yeah? I'll be back in 2 secs. Just gonna put my cam off for a second. Right, me and Demi Rose are solo now, which means if she starts crying, I'm going to have to bring her in with me. But hopefully this will start soon and we get to watch this. I keep on hitting refresh, but I don't think they're going to... I thought they might start a little bit before with a countdown, but it's due to start 3:15. We're 2 minutes to 3 now. Thank you, Zach. Yeah, Discord is an application on your computer or phone. It's a free application. You click on the link, it should take you direct to it. Sperm search in time. That's funny. Hey, Enigmatic Soul. Just to bring back up the Man United convo. It's so good to be a United fan right now. I know it's only the League Cup that we won, but it's the first trophy in 7 years we won yesterday. And it's not even about winning a trophy, just watching the team and the passion and the hunger. It's great to watch them again. It's been so long. She's going to kick off. She needs a beanie. She does. Why don't the devs let random players do raids? This has been a question for a long time. Give me a sec. Oh, today's so just gone against the plan. We're meant to be just watching it from 2:15. She sounds like you too. I know, right? I'm doing good, Big Tay. Where was I? I was talking about raid and matchmaking. It's a bit too hard to matchmake, I think. Which is why they don't let you do it. They have the discovery mode where you can practice. But to actually get 8 random people together to complete a raid, it proved very difficult. But they should just let it happen anyway, right? I think someone mentioned gifted memberships. We do have gifted memberships now. I think it works on your phone now as well. A bad time to be a Liverpool fan. I know. Reign of Fire is meant to be coming out tomorrow. Hey, Geronimo. Someone mentioned raids. We're nearly ready to go. Cross that off now. We got the PTS patch notes. We'll quickly go through them again. This is what we know's coming. The new Habsburg Guard gear brand set. There's like 15% headshot damage for 1 piece, marksman rifle damage for 2 piece, 10% status effect for 3 piece. So it's kind of, it works with their new named chest, Perfect Trauma and Creeping Death, with that Perfect Trauma, Perfect Creeping Death coming on the named versions. Hot Shot gear set. I do like the sounds of this one. With 2 pieces equipped, you get 30% marksman rifle damage and stability. You get 30% headshot damage for 3 pieces, and you get the unique talent for 4 pieces called Headache. Your first headshot with a marksman rifle will increase the next headshot by 20%. The second consecutive headshot with a marksman rifle will give 10% armor. If a full armor, it gives you bonus armor, max of 50% of your current armor value. And the third consecutive headshot will refill the magazine. And then from the 4th headshot forward, agents will get all 3 bonuses for each consecutive headshot kill. Missing a headshot will reset the cycle. So you got to keep on hitting. If you do add a backpack though, you get the Blessed talent, which will allow you to miss 1 headshot before the cycle resets. And you can also increase your bonus armor from 50 to 100% with the Daring on the chest talent. We've got a Ninja Bike Messenger backpack coming. Looking forward to that. I think that's going to be a game changer. Loads of different builds that we'll be able to put together because of that. Slots in with any equipped gear set or brand set item to fulfill a requirement towards unlocking a gear or brand set bonus. Got a new exotic weapon, the Sacrum Imperium, which is an exotic variation of G28. Tags enemies to a maximum of 10, killing any marked target with a headshot, applies 10-second burn status effect and gives 50% Speed movement decreased to all other targets. 20% in PvP. Do that every 30 seconds. Killing another enemy with a headshot shortens the cooldown for 10 seconds. Targets are marked after 2 seconds in scope. Got named weapons and talent. The Prophet, Police 686 Magnum with perfectly focused. Relic G28 Marksman Rifle, perfectly focused. Killing an enemy with a headshot guarantees that the next shot will be a critical headshot. Exclusive for pistols, rifles, and marksman rifles. I said explosive before. Talent, new talent is called Focused, and that's what it is. And we've got the Ravenous, the Bighorn, and the Eagle Bearer being added to our Dark Zones. So I imagine that's what they're all going to go over in the stream today. Hopefully we get something new as well. I'm thinking maybe some news about the Descent game mode. They did speak about Descent in the last special report for Season 10. So they have spoken about Descent before, which is a new game mode that's coming. And I do know something else that's coming. And I'm wondering whether they're going to announce that today. I can't speak about it. But potentially they'll speak about that today. And that's quite exciting. I just don't think it's Season 11 that it's coming. I think it's Year 5. So... she's going again. Be making loads of new builds in the new update. I don't think everybody does know what to do for raids. She does want to watch the Div with me, Pam. See, the idea was starting at 2:15. Well, I thought it was starting at 2:15. And I had it all planned, but then we're an hour early, so it's messed up a little bit. I kind of agree with the raid exotics being in the DZ because it is going to bring the DZ to life, I think. I'd like to think. But, no, at the same time, we do need raid exclusive items. I would have done it instead of just bringing them out of the raids and putting them on the DZ. I'd have replaced the raids with some new exotics. I think that would have been a better way of doing it. So we had new exotics to aim for that were raid exclusive. I know they've kept the Regulus raid exclusive. Denver is meant to start in 8 minutes time. Yeah, I'm thinking I'd have liked to see new raid exotics added. Might make it easier to get those exotics with hardcore characters. Very true. Click the name of the channel above the followers. It opens the player. You are? Oh. Oh. There we go. People don't realize they don't even have this chat open. That's incoming with an L. The Regulus is now the only truly exotic exclusive gun because it's the best. Maybe. Maybe. What if they made the Ninja Bag a raid exclusive? See, that's a good shout, Bill. Exactly what I mean. Like, something like that. piss a lot of people off making it raid exclusive, but I think they do need something raid exclusive if they're going to take the stuff out. But I do agree with bringing their weapons out to the DZ. I think that's a good move. They should have just replaced them with something else. Specialization rework was delayed until year 5, I believe. I don't think this is the start of year 5, is it? Someone corrected me the other day. Because I thought season 11 was the start of year 5. I don't think it is. I think this is the final season of year 4. And then year 5 is starting next season. I wonder which content creator will be the first to make a legendary sniper build. Not me. I'll be making sniper builds though. Hey, what's up, Eraser? In the words of Droby, get a fucking Regulus. I know, I swore. She can't understand. That was your fault, Pony. Year 5 starts in spring with new descent mode. Okay. I don't know about the new exotic. I don't like the G28. So, but I like the talent on it, where you're marking the enemies, and then when you kill an enemy, it puts, what is it, the burn status effect, and it slows the movement down. I like the talents. I just don't really like the G28, but maybe because of the talent, I will like it. I will, Stoney. That's Pony's fault. I'm blaming Pony. If they put raid exotics in the DZ, then more DZ exclusives should come to the open world. I disagree with that because every DZ exclusive is in the open world. I don't think there's one DZ exclusive that you can't get from getting named item caches. There's no difference really. I think you're probably more likely to get DZ exclusives than you are to get the Eagle Bearer. And the thing with the DZ exclusives, once you got them, they're yours. Whereas with like the Eagle Bearer and the Ravenous and the Bighorn, even when you get them in the DZ, you've got to extract them, right? Right, we're good. So yeah, I think every DZ exclusive can be obtained from named caches. System corruption, that's a good point. That can't. Oh, that can be obtained by seasonal caches, can't it? And Yowl as well as a pain. Do we know if they're going to fix Sledgehammer as it applies to the player applying the debuff and stack on said player as well? No idea. You can craft system corruption. I don't think you can craft it all. Right, 2 minutes to go. Why is there 120-second slow mode on 100 people stream? How do you know how many people are watching incoming? Do I need to keep on hitting refresh? Do remember that even though, like, people hear Eagle Bearer, Ravenous are going to the DZ, it doesn't mean people are just going to go and pick them up. Like, there'll be a low chance of them dropping. Obviously, targeted loot will help, right? There'll be a low chance of them dropping. And when they do drop, you've then got to get it extracted as well. So, I imagine they're going to be very, very rare to get. But the idea is to hopefully make the DZ just a little bit more populated though, which is what it should do. Right, they're late. It's 3:15. As soon as it goes live, I imagine it'll be like a countdown. We're just going to watch it and then we'll discuss it afterwards. Didn't hear of anyone who got the raid exotic on PTS. Exactly. It's going to be super, super rare. I imagine the drop chance is so low. So although you got a chance in the dark zone, that's all it will be. Like, it will drop. But then it's that, once it does drop, you got to get it out. And we all know in the dark zone, especially a populated dark zone, it ain't going to be that easy. Thanks for telling me to refresh. There you go, 14 minutes we got. Have we got sound? We do have sound. We'll keep it muted for now. So yeah, at the end of this 14 minutes, well, towards the end, we'll just chill and watch it together. I imagine it'll be about an hour. If I'm looking at the past ones, oh, it doesn't show it on this page. The last one was for about 1 hour. 1 hour and a half. I think once they've spoke about all the main stuff, though, if they're just going to go over, I don't know, agent highlights and stuff, we'll cut back in, give our feedback. Yeah, the Division movie has been canned, apparently. It's a shame, isn't it? Yeah, exactly. If you get one in the DZ, you've earned it. I'll sort the sound out when it goes live and come in. Yeah, I was reading about the Division movie. Apparently they delayed it because, what did they say now? The team that were working on the movie is over COVID, and it was just getting them down. You had the real world situation going on, and then the movie side, they just lost their love, or they just lost all motivation for it, and they thought they'd just have a break. But they haven't picked it back up. New gear set is the old Aces and Eights. The old Aces and Eights was OP. That worked for the whole team, didn't it? Hardcore DZ is not completely dead. And just remember, a hardcore EB is only for a hardcore character. Oh no, that worked the same. You'll share the stash space, won't you? You know what? The hardcore DZ is 100% not going to be dead after this update. Because everybody's going to be thinking the same thing. Let's go in a hardcore DZ and extract an EB. And you'll be killing your hardcore characters. I'm telling you. Because somebody's got to put a video up and say about a hardcore DZ, and everybody's going to be doing it. So you can forget about that. So where did Twitter having video ads? And why can't you cross them off? Twitter, I meant Twitch. DZ Exotics could be the start of your new villain arc. Crush souls 1 EP at a time. Yeah. I like it. Milk. How many DZ EBs can we crush today? Personally, don't mind the Eagle Bearer, Ravenous going, and the Bighorn going to the DZ. They've been out for years. I think it will be good for the Dark Zones and get them a bit more populated with people trying to get them. The only thing I don't like is that they've taken them out of the raids and not replaced them. I do think if they should have replaced them. So, for example, the Ninja Bike backpack should now be a dark. Do we even know how we get the Ninja Bike backpack? Because maybe they're gonna do this. But like, the Ninja Bike backpack should be the new raid exotic for Dark Hours. The new G28 sniper rifle should be the new one for Iron Horse. I don't know. You know, replace them. I don't mind them coming out of raids and going to the Dark Zone at all. Good idea, but they should have replaced them with some new exotics. The day before, absolute hoax. I'm not giving it any attention no more. I'm not watching anything on it. If the game ever comes out, I'll play it because I was looking forward to it. But everything I've seen in the media, it doesn't make no sense to me. Like, why would you hype a game that much and not even register the name? It makes no sense. It's a weird one. I think it's potentially a publicity stunt. And I remember the big reveal about a year or so ago. They did a live stream, like a world exclusive day before stream, where they gave us the release date of June 22. And at the end of it, they promoted this shitty little game that went live that day. It felt to me like they were using the hype to get that shitty little game out there. It feels like a publicity stunt, and it's gaining hype and it's gaining attention, but it feels like a stunt to me. I won't believe it until I see it. I hope I'm wrong, because it looked incredible. They haven't said. See, I was thinking it'd be the Manhunt reward, but a lot of people hated the fact that Dr. Home last season was there. I think the Ninja Bike's got to be on the season track. I think they want people to get that early. Apparently the new game mode's coming out in year 5, so next season. I've not seen that confirmed. People in chat are saying it. I love it. Should be called Vaporware. Fake before. Yeah. I've lost hope with that game. Game of the year for Hogwarts. I do want to play Hogwarts. Looks really good. We're busy from tomorrow though. We got the Division 2 update and Destiny. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I really want to play Lightfall, but obviously we've got to prioritize the Division on this channel. So I was going to play Destiny tomorrow night and try and stream Division in the day. The issue with that is whenever a new season of the Division comes out, the update starts going live at 9 AM. They don't get it out to midday, and there's normally always a delay. So I got school runs and tea to sort and kids to sort. So the Division daytime stream tomorrow is just, I don't. If you're watching Penny, I got to change my plans, I think, because Penny was going to jump in for Destiny in the night. I'm probably going to have to delay my Destiny stream and focus on the Division tomorrow. We're doing an early stream on Wednesday. I think we'll just have to like kind of focus on the Division for a couple of streams and hopefully pick up Destiny at the end of the week. Cheers, Pen. I was just thinking about it before. I was like, Division live in the morning, it ain't gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. And Destiny doesn't go live till 5 PM, I believe. So, not even like I can do Destiny in the morning. But we are definitely covering Destiny as well. We'll just have to prioritize the Division first. That's the thing. If it's just a normal season 11, not much going on update, it's the Ninja Bike backpack for me. So many builds that we're going to want to piece together with that. Escape from Tarkov comes to console. Do you think you'll be playing it? No, because I want to play it anyway. I've got PC. So it's been a game I've been wanting to get on for a while, but I just haven't had the time. Thing with Escape from Tarkov, it's like someone mentioned DMZ. I wanted to play that as well, but they're not games you can just pick up and play. Well, they are, but if you want to get good at them, you need to put a lot of time into them. I just haven't had the time with baby and everything. So there's so many games I want to get on. If I was to play Escape from Tarkov, it would definitely be on PC. Yeah, the leagues have outrun the time, I agree. Maybe we get an overall to the seasonal model in year 5. I don't think season 11 is going to change much. Brandon knows. Demi Rose is chilling with me, waiting to watch this. We've got 3 minutes. I might cut out. Go to the toilet quickly, and we'll watch this. So enjoy the special report. I'll sort the sound out as I put it on. I'll turn my face cam off. We'll watch this together, and then I'll cut back in. If they start going on about like agent highlights and stuff, once I know we've got all the information, we'll cut back in and talk about it, okay? But enjoy.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our special live stream for Season 11 Reign of Fire. My name is Daria Ilyina. I'm the community developer for the Division 2, and today with me is a very special guest, Morten Dreiberg, our product director for the Division 2. Hello, Morten. It's super exciting to have you here today.
Hi, Daria. It's really good to be here.
Yeah, and today we're gonna have a lot of exciting news to share, but before we'll dive into that, here is a few announcements. So first of all, if you have any questions, we're going to have time for them in the end of the stream, hopefully 15-20 minutes. So feel free to leave your questions in the chat. Our community managers will pick them up from there. And unfortunately, on YouTube, you won't be able to leave any questions. We'll have to disable the chat there. But good news, we're now on YouTube, so you can watch us on two screens at the same time. It's probably going to be weird, but you can try anyway. And for the discussion topics today, of course, we're going to talk about Season 11, which we are very excited to release finally. Also, we're gonna show you the new trailer, the new manhunt targets, new gear. Probably some of you have already seen that during the PTS, but not everything.
Nope.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
Definitely not. So there is going to be a lot of surprises, and if you're interested to see a very familiar item from the Division 1 that is supposed to be part of the Division 2 now, stay tuned. We're gonna show it. Also, we're gonna talk about some PvP quality of life updates, some PTS results as usual. We're gonna showcase the new April event.
Yep.
And also discuss briefly Descent and ETF situation.
Correct.
And talk about future plans.
Yes.
The most exciting part, probably. Okay, let's dive into it. So before we move on to Season 11, I think it's important for us to address a few issues that's been very prominent for past few months, and community really needs to know what's going to happen with crashes on PC.
Yeah, so we know we fixed some crashes already, actually quite a lot, but there are some big issues that are basically legacy issues from way back, and we have identified them, which is really good, because that's kind of the basis for actually being able to address it. So the mandate right now is that we will add some very specialized people to the team that is needed in order to fix these. So that includes engine programmers and render programmers that will be added in Bucharest, so we can actually get to the bottom of this and hopefully get rid of all the crashes on especially PC, of course.
That's some really exciting news.
Yeah, it's very big for us to have these people once they come on the team, and they're gonna be fully focused on fixing all things live. So it's going to be like a little unit within the team that are 100% focused on securing that the live part of the game is running as smooth as possible.
That's really exciting. I mean, I had no idea. I'm really looking forward to it. So to basically summarize everything, we're going to have a team specifically dedicated to all the live processes, to stability issues.
Yeah. So basically just to run through, all the different reports that we get and make sure, with, of course, of our quality control team, and, that we can look at it, get the data we need in order to start fixing it on a back end, and then retest, and then hopefully deploy something that the players will actually feel the impact of in the end. Yes.
Man, I'm looking forward to finally update those few cards on the known issues board dedicated to PC stability issues. And I'm sure that a lot of players, especially PC players in the community, are looking forward to those updates. So that's
of course, we don't know how long this is going to take.
Yeah.
As with all bugs, and also getting the right people in. But it's feel good to tell you, the players, that we know about it and we're going to do something about it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
moving on. Obviously, I'm maybe trying to kind of foresee the questions that we're going to see in the chat later today, but I'm just 100% sure that people are going to ask about the spec revamp because there's been no updates for quite some time. And
yeah, I guess the article from way back in the fall of, what was it, 21, is still biting us a bit. We're not going to move into details on year 5. So we ask you to wait a little longer on that kind of detail. So for now, we don't have information to share. But in our year 5 update, we'll get in on all things year 5 and how we're going to change the game.
And I assume that for year 5, as soon as we're done with the season 11 release, we'll probably update the roadmap to let everyone know what are our future plans.
Yeah, we have some good plans for a year 5 update to all our players, and we'll let you know when we're ready to reveal that kind of information.
Yeah, but this stream is not about year 5. This stream is about season 11.
Correct.
And yeah, also some exciting news. Probably a lot of you already know about that, but The Division 2 is now available on Steam.
It is.
Since January.
Yeah.
Which is super exciting. And yeah, there are a lot of questions about Steam Deck.
Yeah, so we had a little internal competition going on, I guess. So we actually updated the Steam client, so it is now fully functional with the easy anti-cheat on Linux. So it can now run perfectly on Steam Deck natively. We're still struggling to get the full, certified stamp from Steam, which is basically just some technicalities on screen keyboard readability and such. But we're really happy with the game actually being fully functional on deck. So if you feel like being comfortable in the couch playing Division 2 or in the bedroom, then this is absolutely doable now.
Yeah, and I know that it's possible for the first installment, right? The Division 1 is running on Steam Deck, so if you want to give it a try, it's already available. And yeah, I think we should address the elephant in the room as well, the compensation cash. Because we've received a lot of questions about the cash not being delivered or being delivered but not showing up in the mailbox. And it's actually a big issue right now.
It is annoying for us. So we know that there is, for some people, it is a minority, but still, it's for us, it's extremely frustrating that some players are not receiving the grants that we set up. We're working very hard to fix it with an online team here at Massive. But we will most likely tomorrow extend the period for when we do the compensation cash grant. That does have an impact on a few other smaller things, but knowing that there's still people out there that needs to get it, that is the right decision to make at this point.
Yeah, and I would also mention that if you're worried or for some reason you think that you did not receive the grant or you received it but you were not able to find it in your mailbox, just saw the message or saw the receipt, there is no need for you to reach out to support right now because we are totally aware of the situation and we are making sure to fix it. And we would just want to prevent the tickets from piling up because, it's obviously puts a lot of pressure on support and it's our responsibility to actually fix it. So.
Correct.
Yeah. And before we will move to some other things, there is one last question since I have you here and you're very knowledgeable about a lot of things. It's probably a question I will ask you honestly as a noob. And I know that's also a problem that some of the players ran into. So talking about global directives and difficulties, sometimes whenever you set the difficulty to a lower one, it does not really feel like it actually scales down.
Yeah. So we've seen a few videos and comments that that the difficulty was available in the classified assignment missions, and it was at the time unintended. behavior for the game. That also means that this is actually happening because it's taking the difficulties that you set on the global setting and applying that to all content. Which means that if you go to a mission and try to start it and you can't complete it and you think, all right, I'll redo it on a lower difficulty, well, it doesn't really affect the mission difficulty unless you lower the global setting difficulty. And that also happens with the directives, which is why directives is available in certain areas that normally wouldn't, the raids as an example. And we actually think that it's a really cool thing, and we're actually working on implementing this for real across these activities, so that you would be able to, like with all missions, select the difficulty for the classified missions and the directives, and the same for the raids. Not the difficulty, of course, but to apply directives to them. Just for the added fun for those players that feel that it can be a chore to get through a normal difficulty rate. I'm not one of them, but there are certainly many of them out there.
But when should we expect that one?
Oh, I don't want to promise anything, but we're working on it for sure.
Okay, yeah, we'll just paint a pretty picture.
Yeah, exactly.
The idea is good enough, so looking forward to it definitely. And I think we can actually move to discussing the BTS results. To those of you who has no idea what BTS is, it's a possibility for our PC players to test the upcoming content, mainly seasonal content. And for us, it serves as the perfect opportunity to review your feedback and make some good adjustments.
Yep, correct.
And yeah, this BTS had a lot of PvP quality of life updates, and I think we can talk about them. I already see that on the screen, Jammer.
So when we tested the new functionality to the Jammer on the PTS, you had to match the skill tier level of the opposing player. So that was a bit drastic. And we heard that. So what we're actually doing, and you can bring up the graphic potentially. So what we're basically doing is that we are adding so that it can actually jam plus 3 skill tiers to your own skill tier. Meaning that, let's say you have 0 skill tiers, you can still jam players that have 1, 2, and 3 skill tiers. And of course that goes all the way up. Meaning that if you have 3 skill tiers, you can jam even skill tier 6. This is still being balanced, I would say, depending on how the meta plays out during Season 11. I want to leave room for this to be adjusted because it's very easy for us to make it maybe only plus 2 or whatnot. But it's very important that we start addressing this because it's a very, very easy skill to use and it completely handicaps skill players, but at least it also leaves room for those that are not skill based player builds to jam the others. And the other bullet is for the sticky. We can bring that up. We're not changing anything to the EMP sticky, meaning that if you are running a 0 skill tier build or maybe 1 with the memento, you can still use the EMP sticky. It does require some more skill to use, and that's why we think that it's more fair, that it actually can have a more range in terms of what it actually jams. But right now, of course, we've seen the comments that players, can it just disable instead of destroy? That functionality is not really in our game, and it would require a lot of rebuilding. So this is what we can do right now, as we wanted to address it. And then we'll keep reading the feedback and see where we take this. It'll also be discussed with the ETF that we come back to later on.
Yeah, absolutely. And once again, I'm just going to mention that whenever we have PTS and some changes come as a result of us reacting to the feedback we saw during the PTS, it doesn't mean that those changes would stay like that forever, because whenever the wider player base gets their hands on the update, of course, the feedback can be completely different. And that's totally normal. So just letting you guys know that everything is in your hands.
Yeah.
Play season 11 tomorrow and let us know what you think about those changes. And yeah, there is another very important change just appeared on the screen, and it's the shrapnel trap. Finally.
Yeah, finally.
10 years later. Yeah.
Since its inception, it's been wrong. So yeah, it's finally been corrected and scales correctly in PvP. So that's a big relief for a lot of players.
Yeah.
Going into season 11 for sure.
But that's not it. There another thing that we asked you to test during the BTS, and it actually resulted in a lot of discussions among the community. It's adding the few exotics that are otherwise exclusive to a specific content, namely raids, and now we are adding them to the Dark Zone. And you can see those exotics on the screen right now. It's Ravenous, Bighorn, and Eagle Bearer. And what is important to mention here that this change is not an attempt to kill raids or affect raids in any way. It's just an opportunity for players who either have problems with fighting a raid group or do not have enough time to beat the raid, because we all know how complicated that game mode is. It's just an opportunity to receive those exotics in the Dark Zone.
Yeah, it's not gonna be easy. I think
Absolutely.
so. The desire from our side is that it's still a lot easier to obtain these items if you find a group and play with them and go through the raid or a legendary mission, than to try and have them dropping inside the Dark Zone and extracting them. So the drop chances are lower than other exotics in the Dark Zone, and that's just like half the job, because then you of course also need to get them out, as they do drop as contaminated loot.
They do. And actually I have the note here that the exotic drop chance is similar to the one on Heroic in the open world, in the live world. So it's not really a high percentage.
No. But it's there. It's going to add some fun, hopefully. Some more, upbeat discussions. There are open mics. It's always fun to listen to that. And we can discuss if it's toxicity or just playing on each other's nerves. I guess it's the latter.
But I'm 100% sure that it won't take anything from the Raiders community, and we know and appreciate their efforts in helping each other, helping players within the community find the groups and actually beat the raids. And I'm sure that this specific, situation where you not only come together to beat the raid, but find, good people within the community, new friends, new teammates. That's not something that Dark Zone can compensate for. Definitely not.
Maybe we should also just mention that the Dark Zone will no longer have non-contaminated loot dropping. The targeted loot will now again be contaminated and needs to be extracted.
Starting with
Season 11.
Season 11, so starting tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Back to the normal Dark Zone. We've been a bit generous in Season 10 due to a bug, but it's been decided a long time ago that we wanted to change it back with this change of the exotics. That's coming with the update tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what the percentage of extraction is going to be.
Oh, yeah.
So if it's possible for us to track that data, we'll definitely share it with everyone in the community to just compare it and maybe kill the conversation about raids versus Dark Zone once and for all. We'll see. But PvP changes and quality of life updates, of course, it was not everything that we had during the BTS last time around. There were a few updates that we also wanted to mention. And I'm seeing on the screen something that was not.
Yeah, this is not PvP, but yeah.
Yeah, not PvP and not PTS, but Mortem, I'll let you comment on that anyway.
Yeah, I just want to mention we've had on the known issues board for some time the conflict XP. We know that it's a big desire for the conflict players to have XP added to their shade level. We are working on it. We hope to have it in with this season, but unfortunately, it's going to take a little more time to get it ready, as it was apparently a bit different from what we had expected in the beginning. So it has to be with the next season, unfortunately. So it's going to be the first season of year 5 we are aiming for. I really wanted to get it in, but it's just not possible. There was a lot of other things we needed to make sure that also happened. And yeah, that's one of the outcomes.
And I guess that can also become part of the PTS next time we have it for the first season of year 5.
Correct.
So yeah. And a few other things that people were discussing after the last PTS, for example, the hot shot.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's working as intended now.
yeah, we know that, but we'll just probably keep monitoring the performance and see how it plays out whenever everyone gets their hands on Season 11.
There's one especially one comment on the new exotic Sacrum Imperium that was, we understand the desire to have that. It was adding a scope functionality to it. So what we will do later in Season 11 is that we will add the C79 scope to the Sacrum Imperium, so you can have that, choice of zooming in or not. So that's going to be a welcome change, both in PV and PvP.
Definitely. And if we can have the previous picture back here, there is another update that's going to be available for you starting from tomorrow.
Yes. So this is a small quality of life update on our masks. So we're changing the lighting to give more depth to all our masks and headgear. We've actually done a lot of minor adjustments to all our apparel, but this one is very noticeable. As you can see on the right side, it adds the shadows and such to the face behind the mask. And yeah, we hope you'll enjoy these small and subtle features that just sneak their way into our updates.
Yeah, the way you also sneaked this specific picture into the live stream, because I mean, small things like that are actually super exciting, and they make the game as beautiful and immersive as it is.
Yeah.
And it's very important. It's a big part of the Division fantasy. And I guess with that, we are done with the PTS discussion, and we can finally showcase you and show you the Season 11.
Yeah.
Yep. Can we show the trailer, please?
We got used to winning, to defeating our enemies, or turning them to our cause. But now they have their own alliance, led by Sokolova. And if the mastermind of the Black Tusk is coming to Washington, it will be to eliminate the Division. That's why she needs Stovepipe. They don't care about the cost. Only who wins.
That was a very cool trailer. I love it.
Yeah, I hope you all liked it.
I mean, it's really amazing. It's impressive.
We've been waiting so long to show this.
Oh, I love that one. Oh, I love it. The blinking. Yeah, nice. So, as you can see, Season 11, Reign of Fire, that will become available to you tomorrow after the maintenance. Features the new primal
target,
primal target. And his name is Zachary Stovepipe Beatty. And here they are, our 4 new targets.
Yeah.
So yeah, as usual, the manhunt, you will need to beat Chunks, Bantam, Cursed, and Onti in order to get the intel on Stovepipe, and those are very interesting targets.
Yeah, I think there's some really cool stuff also in their bios and stuff that I'm sure some players will dig into. And the story overall in Season 11 is, the conclusion to our Year 4. And I'm really excited to see the reactions of players getting this conclusion and Stovepipe as a character, that we're all going for. And of course, the omnipresent Sokolova, she's starting to really make herself present in our story and in our lore. So that's definitely some very cool moments coming up for sure.
Yeah, kudos to our narrative director, Lauren Stone,
yeah.
for creating such an immersive story. I mean, we obviously don't want to give away any spoilers.
No, that would be a bit sad, but it's we know that there's some weeks to go before you have the conclusion, but I'm sure that it's gonna be a very special experience for sure.
Yeah, I'm super excited for the continuation of the story.
Me too.
I won't comment on the Stovepipe looks, but you will see for yourself.
Yeah, he seems a bit cocky, right?
Yeah. Okay, enough about Stovepipe, but he looks good, right? So let's talk about gear, talents, and new weapons that we also got to have with Season 11. Some of them were available as during the BTS, but the most important thing was not, and I would let Morten comment on it.
Yeah, there's a certain backpack coming back to our game, on top of course the new brand set and gear set, and the 2 new exotics. So there's the Ninja Bike messenger bag. Here we see it. The reveal.
The reveal, yes.
Happening. So, the most asked question since the PTS, where do you get this? And the second most asked question, what cause will it have?
Yeah. So to answer those, it won't be locked behind the progression.
No. It will be on the season pass track. And it will have all 3 cores like the memento.
I wanted to show like that, but yeah, 3 cores and obtainable.
Yeah,
almost immediately. I mean, it depends on how fast you will be able to unlock it on the season pass, but you won't need to wait until the climax mission and the end of the manhunt to get it.
Yeah, it's a matter of start grinding or start paying.
Yeah.
So we'll see this probably in the game during this week for sure. There will be some that just can't resist and just go straight after it. And then we'll see the meta, how it will evolve with this item, because for sure it opens up a lot of different variations, and I'm really looking forward to seeing all the creativity from our players here.
Yeah, finally, worthy contender to Memento.
Hopefully, right? It's been like the #1 backpack since it arrived. So we hope this can actually add some variety in the builds. Yeah.
Yeah, and about Season Pass, it's going to be available starting tomorrow for 1,000 premium credits. And it's also going to feature 12 new weapon skins. And I think we have a few of them that we can show. Yeah. Oh, we have everything here.
Yes.
And also in my notes. And 11 new gear dice and 2 new face masks.
Correct.
Yes. I knew it. So one of the masks is going to be available as a level 100 reward. Those are very cool masks. I don't think that we have them here, but that's going to be a very pleasant surprise for all of you. And also another important comment that now Season Pass levels can be purchased for premium credits.
Yes.
So
if
you don't feel like grinding for a Memento backpack or Sacrum Imperium, because Sacrum Imperium is also not locked behind the Manhunt, it's available as a reward. So,
correct.
Yeah. Oh, I really love that one. I mean, Palace team outdid themselves with this gun.
I saw a really funny video. I can't remember who it was, but where he slowed one of the big guys, so he was moving super slow motion while he was shooting and burning him. Yeah, it's gonna add some really fun moments. This one.
So yeah, I mean, probably a lot of you already realize that, but this season is also playing a lot into the rifle and sharpshooter fantasy.
It's all about headshots, sniper fantasy and headshots. Yeah. So here we have the hotshot gear set. In all its glory, and those that can really land consecutive headshots, they will have fun with this one for sure.
And all the information about here are some gear dice. I love them.
Weapon skins. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. Weapon skins.
Yeah, the busy day.
This is why it's so good to have you here.
The disco tiger. It's so you can't see the tiger face in this video, but you'll see it with the good lighting in the game.
Oh, that's my favorite one.
Oh, the waffle.
Yeah, I really love how like chocolate doesn't look like chocolate, but that's what makes this gear die so good. Oh, gear die, weapon skin. I keep messing things up, sorry. But what I wanted to mention super quickly is that I forgot. No, I remembered, sorry. So every weapon, every talent will be listed in our patch notes that we're gonna release actually tonight with the announcement of the maintenance that we're gonna have tomorrow. So if you have any questions, if you wanna make sure, just check our socials later tonight.
And all the quality of life.
Yeah, everything is going to be there. And the Sacrum Imperium, all the new exotics, the Ninja Bike Messenger backpack, everything is there.
Cool.
But that's not it. I mean, we've talked about gear weapons that are exclusive and specific to Season 11, but there is something that we want to mention about the exotic from Season 10.
Yes.
Actually, a few things that we need to mention about Dr. Home. Yeah.
About Dr. Home, yeah. So once we know that we promised to grant this to all the players, and it will happen. But first we focus on actually fixing the grant system, and then we'll get back to making sure that you get it. It will be in the general loot pool from tomorrow, so every player can obtain it through that. But we're changing. We're actually changing a few things to increase the value of the item. So it's basically we're changing the armor regen. We're nerfing that from 15% to 10%. But that is because we will, instead of you dropping an item and you have to pick it up, we're basically making a mark on the target, and when the target dies, it applies the 10% armor to your group. So on kill. No need to pick up anything. So that's going to be a massive buff to the weapon as I see it. So that's going to be interesting. There's no overhealing or, overhealing, over-armoring, I don't know. bonus armor being applied, so it's still only your original armor. But for sure, it's gonna be really interesting to see the performance of the weapon from tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, and also a few more important changes that finally it's gonna grant you exotic components when deconstructed.
Correct.
And the focus talent should also be applicable to Dr. Home and work with it.
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah.
So
also going to be in patch notes.
It will.
So check it out later tonight. And I think that anything else we want to mention about Season 11? Apart from that, the trailer is really great and the new Prime Target is a really hot guy.
No, I think that's it sums it up, and we'll let the players experience, all the content for themselves, and get back to us hopefully with a lot of comments and feedback.
Yeah, and looking forward to how many gonna have Ninja Bike Messenger backpack as their go-to item. Okay, and one last thing that is related to Season 11 is the April event. That's gonna called Necessary Tactics.
Yes.
And we can show it here. It's going to have 6 full cosmetic outfits and 3 reward masks, completion reward masks. Right? Right.
Yes.
Yes. So there were a few snapshots. As you can see, the fantasy behind it is very
camo tactical.
Yeah. That's something that players have been asking for a lot of time now, so hopefully you guys gonna enjoy it. I think it looks very nice.
Let's go.
Oh yeah, I love the hat with the aces. It's so cute. It's probably weird.
Playing cards.
Yeah, probably weird to say that something that looks so tactical and camouflagey is cute.
They also need time to just sit and play cards.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah. We're super excited to get this out. So this will be, of course, not tomorrow, but in a few weeks, as per usual. We'll have the apparel event coming up.
Yeah, and it will also update you with all the information about the keys, because every April event we're coming to the same problem. People do not know where to get the keys. But don't worry, we'll definitely showcase that as well.
Yeah, so all players get one key.
Yeah.
No matter if you own the premium or not, season pass. And then, of course, there's 3 additional keys for season pass premium owners, just as usual.
Yeah, and 1 key for 4 shade levels.
Yes, correct.
So yeah, at least 3 different ways of obtaining the keys.
Yeah, and you can, if you feel like it, you can buy and grant keys to your younger sibling, or if you know somebody you want to.
You want to look cute in the tactical outfit.
Yeah, exactly right.
Okay then, and there are a few things that we wanted to briefly comment on. I think we'll start with Descent game mode, because originally it was supposed to be part of the Season 11, and that is something that we announced on the previous live stream. But since then, a lot of things has changed, and the most important part of it is that we decided to include a co-op option.
Yeah. So there was a lot of questions about it, if was it single player only or not. It was intended to at least be co-op at some point, and we really wanted and needed to improve on on this aspect of the game mode to make it compelling and really feel right when playing in a group. Because as a roguelite inspired game mode, it's quite different. We're gonna go into all the details in the next live stream, but just knowing that playtests are ongoing. We're playtesting ourselves, and it's super fun. So we can't wait to show more about this and get you all playing. I guess you can reveal a little something about when they can do that.
It's going to be included in the next season's BTS. So basically, the first season of year 5, we're going to have Descent game mode available during the BTS, and we'll share more information about that once we're closer to that specific moment. So a little bit later, we'll need to get through season 11 first and beat Stovepipe.
Yeah. So in the coming months.
In the coming months, yeah. But it's so exciting. I mean, I'm head over heels about this game mode. It's really fun to play together with someone. So definitely adding the multiplayer is worth the wait.
Especially with multiplayer and the fact that you start without gear. You as a very experienced player can ask a friend to join, and within a very few levels, they just need to onboard basically in the game and open the helicopter. You can start playing Descent together because you'll have the same base gear, depending on your choices, of course, and just have fun together.
And the variability of builds that are otherwise not really accessible in that type of combinations in the main game.
We're not revealing too much.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to share my excitement because actually me and Morten we play together. So.
Yeah. At that time, I think it was overtuned, so it was a bit difficult.
Let's wait until the BTS whenever we have it.
Yes.
And actually, talking about testing, we wanted to make a brief announcement about the ETF because also we've seen a few questions, people wondering if it's been cancelled, if it's still ongoing, and we want to ensure you that it's on track. It's happening, maybe happening as we speak at this very moment. I don't know. Do you? If you, as the ETF member, you were selected, you signed the NDA, and you either did not receive the invitation to our ETF Discord server or the invitation link expired, please let us know. Please reach out to me or Morten, or if you have the community team email, and we will resend the link to you.
Yes. It's going to happen very, very soon.
Yeah.
That's probably what we can say, right?
I don't know. We already did that.
Yeah.
Okay, we are closing to the most exciting part, I think. Apart from the stovepipe face reveal and the really cool trailer, future plans. And that is something that we have outlined on our known issues board. And I know that some of those changes may seem a little bit confusing, and we just wanted to provide more insights and explanation. And you already mentioned in the very beginning the XP revamp and the conflict. So
yeah, that's mostly for conflict, but yeah, there's of course another XP revamp that we have been mentioning before, an overhaul to the complete XP gains in different activities. It's gonna arrive with the first season in year 5, is the plan. So what we basically want to do is make sure that no one's open world activities worth more your time than others. We want to try, and it can't be perfectly balanced, but at least we want to make sure that it makes sense to do all the activities that are closest to you instead of just running for the same over and over. So most of the activities will have an XP increase, and very few will be adjusted a little down to rebalance that, to make it more enjoyable to just explore and have fun in the game instead of just chasing and resetting the map constantly. So that's the goal, and that will arrive with the first season in year 5.
Yeah, we will definitely share more information about it on the known issues board. I think pretty much everything is in there. Probably we'll have to update it with the newest info. But yeah, if you have any questions or want to make sure that you are not missing anything, please don't forget to visit our known issues board.
Yes.
Because it's not only it's not only dedicated to the issues or problems that we have in the game, but also some future plans and the changes that we are considering. So it would be very important for us to also get your feedback on that.
Yeah, and for Conflict to add to the XP gains. So of course we also want to add proficiency gains. We want to add targeted loot. And potentially exotic components chance in the caches. So that's all, part of the things that we look at constantly to try and freshen things up a bit in the game across the different modes. So this time around, it was the Dark Zone that was the focus. Not that the Dark Zone will not be a focus for the next season, but at least we want to try and do what we can for Conflict because it feels like it's like a tag on at the moment that's not really a part of the economy in the game, and we want to try and include that into the mix.
Yeah, definitely does not really help you with your Shade Watch progression.
Not at all.
Yeah,
no.
And that's one of the ideas behind it.
And then we have other minor, I guess, quality of life updates that we haven't mentioned. That it's all going to be in the patch notes, of course. I think one of the ones that I want to mention, because it's been a big frustration for many players, is when playing Countdown, you don't really have any kind of indication as to who becomes the leader of the group. So we're adding some UI elements that will clearly show you if you have been selected the group leader. And it will also indicate very clearly when the group is full and you can start the game mode. So hopefully that will speed up the matchmaking times and queue times for players across the board.
Yeah, that's minor but very useful update for sure.
Yeah. So these are all, we have a ton of quality of life things that we're working on, especially UI related. Some are coming now. And then we have a long list of things we want to do again for the next seasons.
Yep. And I think that we actually now have time to answer some of the questions. I'm sorry for being
okay.
so out of disrespect. I was just checking the questions that we've got. So let's see what will be the roadmap after season 11. Actually, we released a roadmap earlier, I think not even this year, probably in December last year, that features the beginning of year 5. And of course, we will be updating it closer to season 11 end, right? With more year 5 information.
Yeah. Maybe I should just, again, state that season 1 in year 5 is not a rerun of an old season. We're basically just taking away the season number from 12-13 because it doesn't really add up or align with our TU numbers, so our title update numbers. That is a term that we use in our production, and a lot of the community is using it as well, and that just creates a lot of weird situations. I've seen people stating, "Hey, it's season 17 coming soon," and it's like, what? So it's just to get rid of that, and basically we will potentially just remove numbers and really try and use the naming of the season more or the TU numbers. So no, it's not a rerun.
Thank you so much for clarifying that again. So there was a question about the season 11 delay that prevented us from having a global event for almost 2 months. And I remember on Twitter we were saying that we are considering this option, and this is something that we wanted to put on from the get-go. But unfortunately, the build system, since you all know it was very heavily affected, that prevented us from doing that.
Yeah, so for us to change the content of the season, we actually need to do a client update, so that the client is in sync with what the server is showing and telling the client. So adding a global event, it on paper it sounds super simple to just rerun a global event, but we can't. We would love to do it, and it's just one of the things that hopefully in the future we can change that behavior. But for now, that's not a possibility we have.
Yeah, but it was definitely something that we were considering from the very beginning, and we know that that's something that players wanted and we ourselves wanted, but unfortunately, technically, it was not possible at the time. So, there are a few questions about the apparel. Will the apparel from last seasons be obtainable through the apparel crates? With the beginning of the new season
from the apparel event?
Yeah.
No, so they are in the store. And that's how you can obtain them from now on. All the apparel events, they are, exclusive to that time when we run them. And then they are added to the in-game store after the event is done.
So yeah, the question was specifically about the baby face mask.
The baby face,
yeah.
It's in the store.
Also, people asking about the rerun of the older events, specifically Hardwired, Setback.
It's not something that we're considering at the moment. So we'll see what happens. But, we have new content coming up that we're, constantly looking at and creating and planning for. And that right now is the focus instead of rerunning our old apparel events.
And are there any plans on making more apparel items on the shop available to buy with textiles?
There's no specific plans currently, but I won't rule it out. Definitely not. There might be some occasions where that is a good way for us to distribute apparel items. So yeah, it might happen, but we don't have any specific plans right now. The time it takes to create the content for a season in terms of the characters that need dressing and you need new items, and then on top an apparel event is quite a huge task. And right now that's about what we have in terms of production capacity. But we're always looking for small holes where we can add stuff and optimize things, and then we'll see where we end up with those.
Yeah, I actually see a lot of people asking about that from time to time, but at the same time, I don't see a lot of people running in the yellow hunter outfit and the Stinger one, because that was the and the tracksuit, the pink tracksuit. You guys are not wearing it. Like, show us some love.
At least the yellow hunter suit is in the store for textiles. That's correct.
Yeah, and the pink tracksuit is a Gemology.
Gemology is premium. Yeah. Premium only. Yeah.
Sorry. PvP questions. There's actually a question about the conflict. Do we plan to add more maps to conflict?
No.
Not at the moment.
Not at the moment. First, we need to really make sure that conflict feels right. And with that, we'll have discussions with the PvP ETF and see how we can potentially change that experience. And then, look at, let's not discuss too much into the future. I think first and foremost, it's about, making sure that conflict feels rewarding and fun. And that can hopefully be done with some adjustments to the rewards and how the RPG is working inside that game mode.
Another question from the PvP community about the cheaters and how we're actively combating that. And I think it's important to mention once again that it's absolutely necessary for you to report cheaters whenever you encounter them. Same goes for people who are, harassment or an explicit talk. If you actually encounter something that makes you uncomfortable, it doesn't matter if it's cheating or just inappropriate behavior, please make sure to record the video is the best option here, and make sure you send the report to Ubisoft support, because unfortunately neither me nor Morten, we cannot ban people. We do not have access to that specific system. So whenever we see your reports, there is a very little chance for us to act on that.
Yeah, and
unless there was a ticket open already or information that support has in their sanctioning matrix that this specific person has been already sanctioned before.
Yeah, manual bans, they are super difficult to do. So any kind of evidence needs to be extremely explicit. And of course, that's easy to see if it's a video. And especially, we've seen examples of people streaming, cheating and shooting through walls and whatnot. So support can easily identify that type of cheating. But all other sorts of cheating, I know that, people are discussing, lag switching or Cronus Max, whatnot. There's a lot of different things, and it's just extremely difficult for us to do anything about it. It's not that we are not trying, but it's a matter of focus and availability and data. So there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes all the time, but we do what we can. But as I also stated recently, the main part of the bans comes from the automated systems through EC Anti-Cheat, and then support follow up with the good reports that come in.
Yeah, absolutely. And the sanctioning matrix itself to kind of give you a better insight into how that works and how that operates and set up. Nobody is going to be banned on the first account. A person needs to be a reoffender to actually be banned forever. And that is a quite rare occurrence, because usually people are sane and decent enough to stop doing whatever they are doing in the game that it goes against the rules whenever they get the first report.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. If it's easy anti-cheat catching you using a cheat software, I'm pretty sure you're banned for life. I don't know our sanctioning history and rules, but yeah, there's definitely a big variety in how long a sanctioned players are getting, depending on what they're doing in our game. But yeah,
absolutely.
We know it exists, and we are fighting all we can, but it keeps happening again and again in all games. So unfortunately,
but unfortunately, I will need to remind you once again that we can't ban people that you guys report to us on our personal Twitter accounts.
Nope.
You will still need to reach out to Ubisoft support for them to collect and store that data, because if the person is the reoffender and consistently keeps, using glitches or using inappropriate language, that should be written in the system. That information should be there. And that is the only opportunity to actually ban that person.
Correct.
So yeah. Moving on, what do we have? A question about raids. Why don't we consider adding exotics to the discovery difficulty of raids?
I don't know. It's probably just not been on the table. We're constantly looking at what type of activities should have their rewards updated. So I can't really comment on this one because I've not been part of the raid discussion. But yeah, it's a good question. If there should be anything added to that. So we'll see what happens in future seasons.
I mean, we just added it to the Dark Zone, and people started complaining immediately.
That's
so
correct.
what's going to happen if we add that on discoverability?
Yeah,
discovery difficulty. Since the raid exclusive exotics are now available to PvP players in the Dark Zone, will you make the Dark Zone exclusive gear sets available on the PvE side? It's actually something that we haven't really...
We have been discussing, where we could use that gear, but it's not. There are no plans currently for that.
I'm not sure if we want to address any questions about Descent or about the multiplayer. Like, there were questions about how many people will be able to play together.
Oh,
Descent.
That's a one group size, so that's 4 players.
4 players, yeah.
Yeah.
So there was also a question about the Pentagon mission and the fix.
Yeah, so there's the DARPA mission and the Pentagon. That's where people get stuck because they boost a character to New York and complete that before they've done the other one in Washington. And we know about it. We're working on it. One of them, I believe it's the DARPA one, if I'm not mistaken, has been fixed. I can't remember which update. So many title updates, but yeah, we're constantly working to fix it. We know it's annoying, and we will do our best to fix that issue. It's a lot of new players. We've had many new players over the course of the fall and of course with the Steam introduction. So if they boost and run into these issues, it's super frustrating. So that's why we've seen a lot more players reporting this recently, because we've seen such a tremendous boost in new player activity in the last 4 to 5 months.
Also, another question about the crashes. Will the game continue to crash on console with the upcoming update when hovering the northwest of the map? I believe that the fix is in and has been in for quite some time now.
Yeah, I think so. Also, there's another crash fix coming for the travel between New York and DC that's coming with tomorrow's update.
Yeah, because partially that was fixed after the season 10 update that we did last week. So it should be completely fixed with TU17.
Yeah.
So basically tomorrow. Question about the marksman rifle brand set. Will there be a buff or overhaul for marksman rifles? They suffer from a severe accuracy damage deficiency. I think that's what basically season 11 is about.
Yeah, season 11 is about snipers. So that I think there's like 2 questions I see a lot. So this is one of them. The damage accuracy / range, and the other one is the available ammo capacity. So we are looking at all things like this constantly, and we will, of course, with this season going live, have a closer look at the sniper rifles in particular to follow and see how they behave. Once players start playing with the new toy, and then. But then we'll drop an update if we believe that it's warranted.
Will the Ninja Bike will be working with brand sets and gear sets, or only one of them? Actually,
it should definitely work with all the types of sets in the game. So it's brand sets, it's gear sets for sure. Yes. So we'll see a lot of new constellations of builds, hopefully in the coming weeks.
And I think we're gonna take one last question because we are a little bit over time. There are a few questions about the changes to the existing skills. I remember that was mentioned in one of the previous streams that it's something that we're considering, that we don't want to add new skills, but rather look at the existing ones. And the question is specifically about the skills that are quite rarely used because they require a lot of micromanagement, but I actually don't remember.
I think that's a good question to save for our next stream.
See that little smile? I'm trying to pretend that I know nothing. I actually know nothing. So I think, I don't see any new questions. So I guess it's time for us to conclude everything. I would really love to watch a trailer one last time, but thank you so much for being here today, be our special guest and answering all our tough questions. I really appreciate that. And I hope, guys, that you enjoyed our live stream. And once again, a reminder, Season 11, Reign of Fire, is going to be available tomorrow after the maintenance. And the patch notes are going to be posted on our social media tonight. So check them out and make sure that you're going to be in the game tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Right, we're back. Let me get the face cam back on. I've been watching your comments. Nothing really new there. Just got to say before we go into quick recap, seen some comments and that. Let's not get personal with the developers. Yeah, opinions are fine, but we don't like toxicity in chat. All right, we'll ban that in the future. So be kind. Just be kind. Okay. So recap very quickly because we got food to make for kids. Crashes on PC. I thought this was a big one. The main issues have been identified. Special people are being added to the team to fix these issues. So they're not fixed yet. PC though, PC crashing looks like it might be coming to an end by that though. So that's great news for people on PC that can't play the game. Spec revamp. You got to wait longer for more details. And it sounds like they regret putting out that article, I think it was over a year ago now, about the specialization revamp. They said they're going to share more information and it's coming in year 5. We've got to wait for that. A new roadmap is coming soon after Season 11 with an exciting year 5. Division 2 has been available on Steam since January. They spoke about Steam Deck and the game being fully functionable on that, including the Division 1. Compensation cash, they were extremely frustrated that a minority are not receiving it and have a team working on it. They'll extend the time for people to get the cash until the issue is fixed. Directives and difficulty. Stacey walked into the room at this point, and I think I got it right though. They're working on a way for this to be editable across all content, like classified assignments and raids. So does that mean like raids, we've got to be able to increase the difficulty and put directives on? Potentially? That sounded interesting. Raid exotics being added to the DZ is not an attempt to kill raids. They just want to give people that can't complete raids another opportunity. And it's not going to be easy. It'll be easier to find a group to help them through a raid than to go into the DZ to find one. They will have a lower exotic drop than other DZ exotics, and the rate will be the same as that of an heroic open world exotic drop. They're working on better conflict XP. They couldn't get it in for Season 11. This is now going to be Year 5. Hotshot gear set is working as intended now. It mustn't have been in the PTS. Quality of life updated to masks and apparel. The special occasion to end Season Manhunt leading into Year 5. So Season 11 Manhunt. I should have typed there. So I'm looking forward to that. I think the Manhunt's really going to set up a great season. Year 5. Ninja Bike backpack is on the Season Pass track and will have all 3 cores like the Memento backpack. Season 11 track will cost 1,000 currency as always and comes with 12 new weapon skins, 11 new dyes and 2 masks, with 1 being a nice surprise. Season levels are now also purchasable using currency. So if you don't have much time, you can purchase levels, although with how long seasons last in the Division 2, if you haven't got enough time, then there's a problem. Dr. Home will be added to the general loot pool from Season 11. They're still aiming to award it to all players for the issues that it had in Season 10. There will also be no need to pick up the medkits anymore, so the group heal will be on kill, but the armor will be nerfed to 10%. So it's going to be 10% on every kill that you get with that for you and your squad. Tactical apparel event is in Season 11. A lot of people have been asking for a tactical apparel. Descent was originally single player with the intention to go co-op, but it's now going to be co-op on release. Playtests are ongoing, and they look forward to including the new game mode in the next PTS for Year 5. So that kind of confirms that Descent is going to be coming in the next season, providing all goes well. And XP Revamp is coming to the game for the first season of Year 5. They want to make sure that not one activity outweighs others, and they are rebalancing XP gains. So that's interesting as well. I hope they do that really well, because at the minute everybody just does resource convoys one after another, and that's what they spoke about. They're hoping that you'll be doing like the closest activity to you and playing it that way rather than just going for resource convoys. I hope that also stretches to things like raids and that, though. Like, it's mad that the toughest content in the game gives the least amount of XP. It's a bit stupid. So I'm looking forward to see what happens with that. Get your hammer, Simba. Get your hammer. Nah, chat was quite good, to be honest with you. There's one comment that I didn't like, though. Let's not get personal with the developers. I've seen a lot of comments about their broadcasting skills. Maybe they should let us do this update every time a season goes live. We can put on we're more broadcasters, we're streamers, we know what to do. Remember, they are developers. They don't do this often. And to be honest with you, with the toxicity they got to read through, I think they're nervous more than anything. Because people are shit. But, yeah. They did a great job. Cheers, Gruff. No mention of Heartland. No. No. I don't, like we spoke before the stream. I didn't expect anything more than what we just had personally. Information on season 11. They gave some information about the new game mode and whatnot. I love what they've done with the Doctor Home. It makes the Doctor Home. I've said from day one the Doctor Home should be on kill, so that makes that gun much more worthwhile. I'm looking forward to seeing how that works now. I'm just scanning through chat, sorry. There's a load of it. So many watching today, thank you. Chat on their stream was awful. Always is, Boom Slang. I won't have it up. It's terrible. Like, she's going through the stream chat trying to dig out questions. It's like, it's just the internet nowadays, and people are just horrible. We don't have that in this chat. This chat stays respectable. Obviously, opinions are welcome, but we don't disrespect people. Heartland will be 2024. I hope not. No, the percentage raid, what they said was, Flipper, the new raid exotics going to the DZ will have a drop rate of that of a open world exotic on heroic. So, judging by my drop rate of open world exotics, that's not that often. I think I've had 2 since season 10 when it came in. So it's going to be very rare. They did say it'd be easier to find a team to help you with a raid and get it. Ian, I don't think it did say anything about the components when the Doctor Home is deconstructed. I wish someone would have asked them why did they release Season 11 the same time as Lightfall. I'm in the same boat. I am. I'm gutted. I just want to play Lightfall tomorrow, and I can't. There's nothing exciting about that, just showing new stuff. Well, that's what it was. Like, we've all been playing the Division for a few years now. I think if we're expecting something amazing, then you're playing the wrong game right now. Hopefully year 5 will be something a lot more exciting when they get around to that. Agreed, hello. I think they should do that. Can we get exotic caches to buy with DZ resources? I don't know. I'd like to think that they make XP just a lot more balanced. At the minute, you just have people going from resource convoy to resource convoy. XP gain's been a problem for years now because of that. They need it more balanced. They need to increase XP on other modes. They spoke about conflict XP, so I imagine that's a thing. Like, if I'm completing a raid, I should be getting tons more XP in that time than just doing resource convoys, you know? So hopefully, I'd like to see much better rebalance. Nothing announced is going to bring me back in the short term. I can see that. If you've gone off the game, I don't think anything in Season 11 is going to make you come back. But one thing's apparent, everybody's still interested. Like, look at the numbers this stream. Look at all the people in the chats and sharing their opinions. People are still interested about the franchise, so... Even though it might not be now, I'm sure they're going to get people to come back one day. Lona, if you don't like the optimism, there's a few negative YouTubers out there. Go and find them. I want to play Harry Potter. I do. See you later, Caitlin. I don't know, Bob. I don't know whose Discord it was. Always good to see Bob in chat, though. Alright, Lona, I'm just going to hide you. You do me head in. Okay. We're going to end it there, okay? It's amazing. It looks amazing. I'm trying to get Stacey to play it. Okay. We did a recap. Am I excited for Season 11? I'm excited for Season 11 as I was for Season 10. I'm just happy we got... Always happy to play and go through new season tracks and just have reason to play the game. The Ninja Bike backpack for me is huge. Really excited to get a hold of that and piece together new builds. It'll be fun. We'll have some fun streams in Season 11. But the game definitely needs something bigger soon, and I know it's coming. I think Year 5 is going to surprise a lot of people. They didn't mention something that I know is coming to the game. We've got, obviously, Descent. We know about that. There's more than that. I think Year 5 is going to take some people by surprise. It's not going to be mega. Like, I don't think there's no expansion coming or anything like that, but Year 5 is going to be better than Year 4. I guarantee it. And this season leads us into Year 5. So I'm excited for Year 5. And I'm just excited we've got a little bit of stuff to do in Season 11 now, you know. Big up Stacy, says Raymond. You see her? Yeah, she's there in the background with Demi Rose. You are? You're waving. She's waving. It has 3 cores. It does. But it's because it can work with anything. Even though it has 3 cores, does it still have attributes or not? Yeah, I'm looking forward to Descent. We need more of that. And there is more. There's more than just Descent in Year 5. I wish I could say, but I can't. It's exciting. Stacy is the real MVP. Don't she'll grow ahead. What's up, Caliber? Ninja Bike backpack is gonna basically give you your extra perk on your brand set or gear set. So If you had 2-piece Providence with the Ninja bike, it'd make that 2-piece Providence into 3-piece. Same with your gear sets. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. I'm excited. We're going to be playing it tomorrow. I'll be live tomorrow night. I'll do a recap video today of what's gone down. And we'll be live tomorrow. We're going to be playing the Division 2 tomorrow night. And we'll get stuck into Season 11. I'm looking forward to it. We're going to end it there. Thank you for watching. I enjoy doing these streams and watching it and sharing as we go on and reading all your opinions and everything. Always keep it respectful, please. I appreciate it. They said nothing about the O'Carroll sniper rifle. No. I'm not a part of the ECF. No. I did apply, though. I would have liked to be. But no, unfortunately not. Here's what it is. But we are going to... Oh, I'm going to keep that full screen. We are going to end it there, though, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Hey, Ghost Rider. Always good to see you. Thanks, Martins. What's up, Kedri? There's Boomslang. We'll catch you later. I look forward. Tomorrow will be... I'm aiming for an earlier start time. Hopefully 7 p.m. UK. Or even a bit earlier. And we'll do a longish one. Looking forward to it. So yeah, you'll probably get on Season 11 before me. Enjoy it. And we'll catch you in stream tomorrow. Have a good afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you are. We'll catch you tomorrow, chat. Thank you. See you later. Peace.